Hello ladies and gentlemen, ScareTofu here bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In today's tutorial, we'll be going ahead and doing the Defender class light Corvette, also known as the Jedi Defender Cruiser. This vehicle here was a Corellian vessel that was manufactured and basically deployed during the Old Republic era. The Corvette could be flown by a single pilot and was equipped with heavy shielding, two sets of dual laser cannons and missiles, and pretty much was just a light Corvette and all that stuff for basically supporting capital ships or just transporting Jedi in the Old Republic around, I guess. Overall, it's a very interesting kind of ship. Kind of the front reminds me a little bit of the Hammerhead, just at a horizontal, kind of horizontal than actually vertical. But overall, it's a very interesting Old Republic vehicle, that's for sure. And this vehicle is scaled down to a 1:5 ratio, so the real size version, the 1:1 scale of this, would be about 5 times bigger than this version you can see right here. Now, this vehicle here was requested as a birthday request by Cruise Knight, so happy birthday, Cruise Knight. Hopefully you have a great day and you enjoyed this build and all that stuff. And let's go ahead and take a look at the build and take a look at some features and all that stuff, and then we'll go ahead and move into the tutorial for it. So to start off with, you have the front up here, the cockpit, basically where the green is. That's where the cockpit would be. On the side too, there was like these blue windows, I believe. I'm not 100% sure what they were. They were blue lights that kind of could be windows, kind of maybe not. I don't know. One of the two. And those are on either side, just like that, to basically represent that with the end rods. You can see just some overall kind of detailing, stuff like that around. Overall, the shape of it's pretty nice. I'm pretty satisfied with the way the shaping is for it. You got your big engines on the back here, all that stuff look pretty nice. And just all around some detailing stuff. You got yourself a little satellite dish or something like that. Might be the shield array. And then just some more detail on the bottom here. Overall, nothing too fancy. It's a pretty nice, kind of like simplistic looking vehicle, and it's definitely pretty cool and all that stuff. So anyways guys, that's pretty much it for the overview of the Defender class light Corvette, and without further ado, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by starting with our first layer, layer 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, we have layer 1. Now for layer 1, we're going to go ahead and focus on building half on camera, half off. It will help us get through this build a little bit faster, and just make sure that we have everything set up and ready to go. Now this is going to be the very lowest point of the vehicle, so if you're having this thing up in the air or whatever, and you want to have it clearing something, this will be the lowest point of it. So if you build everything above this and nothing below this, you should be perfectly fine with this build and everything like that. You guys also saw the mentions at the beginning of the video, so you guys can go and plan this accordingly where to put this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place down 2 rows of 3 of green or red stained clay across, just like this. The row that's the first row right up here, we're going to go ahead and then put a stone brick upside down stair on either side, just like that. So you have something that looks like that in the very front. And then this row 3, we're not going to do anything with. We're not going to put any stairs or anything to the side of it just yet. Now once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and then take our stone slabs. We're going to place down 2 rows of 3 across there in line with our 2 rows of 3 of red stained clay. Then going back from the center stone half slab, we're going to take end rods. We're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 end rods back. We then want to go ahead and take our stone brick top slabs, place down a row of 3 of stone brick top slabs coming off of this end rod, like that. We're then going to place down a total of 3 rows of 3 of polished andesite, like so. And on the ends of these rows, we're going to go ahead and take our stone brick upside down stairs and place down a row of 3 of stone brick upside down stairs. Also, we want to go ahead and go to our first row of polished andesite, just like this. And we're going to place down a row of 2 of stone half slab or stone top slabs coming off on either side. So when we look at this from above, we should have something that looks just like that. Overall, pretty simple stuff, and make sure you guys take your time, have that all set up and ready to go, because we'll be building upon that in the future layers. So it's very important that you do have that all correct and everything like that. But other than that, we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 2. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 2. Now for layer 2 to start off with, we're going to go ahead and take our cyan stained clay here, and we're just going to place down a row of 3 on top of these 3 red stained clay blocks we placed down the previous layer, just like that. We then want to go ahead and on either side of this row 3, we're going to place down a polished andesite full block, followed by a stone brick upside down stair coming off that full block, just like that for the very front. We're also going to go ahead and go to that row 3 of cyan stained clay. We're going to place down a stone button in the center block, and then a tripwire hook on either side, just like that, for some front detailing. Now coming back from this row of 3, we're going to place down a second row of 3, a third row, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have 7 rows of 3, giving you a total of 8 rows of 3 right here. Actually, my bad, no, 7. 7 rows of 3, just like that, of cyan stained clay, including this one up here in the front. We then want to go ahead and just take our cyan stained clay blocks. We're going to go ahead and just place down 2 in the center, just like this, and then 2 red stained clay blocks out to the side. And then we're going to place down 2 stone brick top slabs coming off those red stained clay blocks. We're then going to take red stained clay blocks, go from these 2 stone brick top slabs. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Up, just like that. We then want to go ahead and go back from here. We're going to count 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to our third red stained clay block, place down one that comes out like this. Followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going to connect that all the way up to the front like that. We then want to go ahead and go to this row here. It's row 5. Go ahead and count 1, 2. Go to this right here. Place down a red stained clay block, followed by a second one, just like that. And then we're just going to take our stone brick, upside down stair, place it down like so. Now on the sides here, we're just going to go and take our polished andesite blocks. We're going to place down 2 rows of 2, like so on the wings. And then we're going to place down 2 stone brick upside down stairs on the very front of it, like that. And then on the side here, we're just going to go to this polished andesite block and place down a stone brick upside down stair coming off of it, just like that. Now once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and go back here to this section. And on top of this stone brick upside down stair, we're going to place down a red stained clay block, followed by a second one, and then a third one that goes out like that, so you have 3 going out. We're then going to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone brick upside down stair, place down one like this, followed by a stone top slab like so. Now we're going to go ahead and line up with this row 3 here, so we're going to place down a red stained clay block on that polished andesite block, and we're just going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 red stained clay blocks out to the side like so. Again, we're going to go ahead and go to this side, basically do what we did right here. So we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 red stained clay blocks. We're then going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, and then a stone top slab, just like that. And of course, whatever you do on this side, you're going to copy over to the other side. And we also want to place down a stone button on the end of that row of this row 6 here, red stained clay. Now coming back here to this side, we're going to go ahead and go to in line with this row right here, place down a red stained clay block, followed by a polished andesite block. And then in this space right here, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall in between these 2 polished andesite blocks. And then right behind it, we're going to place down a cyan stained clay block, like so. Now for the engines themselves, what we want to do for these is we want to go ahead and we're going to place down a placeholder block, come off of this red stained clay block right before this stone brick stair here. And we're just going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, just like that, coming off of it, followed by another one right behind it. So you get something that looks just like that, kind of positioned like so. We're then going to take our red stained clay blocks, we're going to place down 1 row, 2, a second row, and then a third row back. And then taking our stone buttons, we're just going to place down 2 stone buttons across, just like that. So once you have that done, you can see you have your 2 engines set up and ready to go. Here's a little bit of a top-down view. You can also go ahead and take this space right here, we can just fill that in with cyan stained clay. Doesn't really matter, you can just go ahead and fill it in, leave it open, either way works for sure. But that's basically how you have layer 2 done. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to layer 3. Alright, so moving on to layer 2. For layer 2, we're going to go ahead and start off by again starting off with our front up here. We're going to go ahead and take our lime stained glass. We're just going to place down a row of 3 across these 3 cyan stained clay blocks at the very front. On top of this polished andesite block right here, on the ends of this row 3 of lime stained glass, we're going to place down a red stained clay block, just like that. We then want to go ahead and take a polished andesite block, place it down on top of this stone brick upside down stair, just like that for the front. And then we're just going to take some sea lanterns and just place down a row 3 behind the lime green stained glass, just to make it look a little bit like that, and it'll also give it a little bit of a glow as well. Now coming along here to the sides, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods. We're going to place down an end rod coming off of this red stained clay block, followed by a red stained clay block after the end rod, another end rod, and then another red stained clay block, just like that for the very front. And we also just want to go ahead and take cyan stained clay blocks and place them down behind these end rods, so just like that, just to kind of cover up those spaces and fill it in like so. Once you guys have that done, we're going to go ahead and go to the sides here. On top of this stone brick upside down stair, we're going to place down a polished andesite full block, followed by a red stained clay block, like so. Taking our stone brick top slabs here, or sorry, half slabs, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 out, just like that on either side, like so. Now, once you get to this section here, just to make this a little bit nicer here, we can just go ahead and kind of fill this in with cyan stained clay. Just take this row all the way across. It doesn't really matter, it won't be visible from the inside, but just to make it a little bit nicer, we can do that all the way across. Now, coming from this polished andesite block right here, we're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, and 3, and 3 cyan stained clay blocks, like so. We're going to grab ourselves some cobblestone walls here. We're going to place down 2 stone buttons like this on the cyan snakeway blocks, followed by a cobblestone wall on the 3rd one like that. On the side here, we're going to place down 2 cyan snakeway blocks like so, and then again a stone button on the side here like that. And then for this section here, we're going to place down 2 cobblestone walls coming from these 2 cyan snakeway blocks, followed by 2 cyan snakeway blocks behind these 2 cobblestone walls, just like that. Once you guys have that done, we're going to take our red snakeway blocks, place down 1 and 2 back. Coming off this second one right here, we're going to go ahead and go out to the side, so you get like a little L shape, like so. We then want to go ahead and go to this side on top of this stone top slab. We're going to place down a red snakeway block, followed by a second one that goes out like this. And the same thing over here on this side, just like that. Now in the space here in the center, we're going to place down a cyan snakeway block in between them. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull coming off that cyan snakeway block, just like that for the airlock. And then we're just going to go ahead and place down 2 stone buttons on the ends of those red snakeway blocks for, again, some more detail. Now coming back from this section here, we're going to go ahead and go diagonal from this red snakeway block, place down a cyan snakeway block, followed by 1 and 2 red snakeway blocks like so. We then want to go ahead and come back to this section here. We're going to go ahead and place down a polished andesite block on top of the ones we've already placed down, and another cobblestone wall on top of the one we placed in the previous layer, and then a cyan snakeway block behind that cobblestone wall, again like we did in the previous layer. Now when you get back to this section here, we can go ahead and kind of do a little bit of the engine here. So for this, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, like this on either side. Same thing over here. That's going to be kind of coming off. It's going to kind of continue to create that curved shape, the circle shape of the engine. And then coming off of these 2 stone upside down stairs, we're going to go ahead and place down 3 red stained clay rows, just like that, or two rows of 3 of red stained clay blocks, just like that. Now, for the engines inside of them, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and go to our first red stained clay blocks right here. We're going to place down a row of glowstone across. We're then going to go and take light blue stained glass, place down a row of 2. And we can go ahead and take our stone brick stairs now, place down 2 like this, and then 2 like this on the side, so it sticks out past the red stained clay blocks by 1. You guys want that to happen. And then we're just going to place down a stone button on either side, or on the ends of those red stained clay rows, just like that, to pretty much finish off the detailing for that. And that, guys, right there is pretty much it for your 3rd layer. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 4. Now for layer 4, we're going to go ahead and start by, again, going to the front. On top of our lime green stained glass blocks, we're going to place down a row of 3 of cyan stained clay blocks, followed by 3 stone buttons coming off the blocks, like so. Now coming back from this row of 3 right here, we're going to place down a second row of 3 of cyan stained clay, a 3rd row, a 4th row, 5, 6, and 7 rows of cyan stained clay blocks going back like so. We're then going to go and take red stained clay blocks, and in line with these rows of 3 of cyan stained clay blocks, we're just going to place down a 1 row of 3, 2, 4, 5, or 2, 4, 5, 6. Almost got kind of distracted there with my counting there. So 6 rows of 3 of red stained clay blocks back, and then on the very end here on top of these polished andesite full blocks in the cobblestone walls, we're going to place down 3 stone brick stairs across the back, just like that. Now coming back up here to the front, we're going to go ahead and start off by taking our red stained clay, going from this first row here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 red stained clay blocks to go out to the side. We're then going to follow that up by placing down a total of 3 stone brick stairs across like so. On the very front here, on top of this polished andesite block, we're going to place down a stone brick stair, just like that. And then coming over here to the sides, we're just going to go ahead and go from this stair back. We're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks back like so. On top of this polished andesite block right here, we're going to place down a stone brick stair, just like that. Now from this polished andesite block here, we're just going to go ahead and go back 1 and 2 red stained clay blocks. And then we're going to place down a polished andesite block, and then we're going to grab ourselves a black stained clay block and place it down just like that. Now in this space right here, we're going to place down a black stained clay block like this, 2 red stained clay blocks, and then a polished andesite block like that. Now it's going to be visible from the top up here. As you guys can see, that's going to be that kind of section right there. Now for this right here, we're just going to go ahead and place down a black stained clay block, followed by a polished andesite block back. We then want to go ahead and place down 2 red stained clay blocks, coming off like that on the sides. Now for this section here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some stone top slabs, place down 2 stone top slabs like that. We're then going to go ahead and take our stone brick half slabs, place down 2 stone brick half slabs, and again, whatever we're doing on this side, you're going to be doing to the other side. And then at this section here, we're going to place down 2 red stained clay blocks, that come out like that. We're going to follow that up by placing down a stone brick stair and then a stone half slab like so. Behind this row, we're going to take our red stained clay blocks, place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out, and then we're going to place down a stone button like that to start to kind of form up the airlock, and we almost have that airlock actually finished. Now, coming back here, we're going to go ahead and take a stone half slab, place down one like this, stone brick stair, and then 2 red stained clay blocks, just like that. Now, when you come back here to this engine portion, we have to go ahead and put this in. For this, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start off by going to the cyan stained clay block here. We're going to place down a stone brick stair, followed by a second one, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a corner stair, and then a stair like that. So you get something that kind of looks like that, a little bit of an L shape with your stairs. And then on top of this stone brick upside down stair, we're going to place down a stone brick regular stair. Now coming from our stairs, like we did in the previous layer, we're going to place down 3 red stained clay blocks, just like this, and again stone buttons on the ends of those rows of 3. In this space right here, we're going to go ahead and take our glowstone, place down a row 2 of glowstone, a row 2 of light blue stained glass, all on top of what we did in the previous layer. And then we're going to take our stone brick upside down stairs, place down a row 2, and then a row 2 over here on this side to go ahead and create the back portion there of the engines. And once you guys have that done, that's pretty much it for your 4th layer. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to layer number 5. Alright guys, so moving on to layer 5. Now layer 5, we're at the point where I can just go ahead and start doing this all on camera. It's not too much going on, not too much is really being involved in these last final layers here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it all on camera. So to start off with, we're going to go ahead and go to our cyan stained clay blocks we have already placed down here. We're going to go ahead and go to our second row right here. We're going to place down a row 3 of stone brick half slabs on top of it, followed by a second row 3, and then a third row just like this. On the sides here, we're going to go ahead and go to the middle row, place down a stone button, or a stone lever that's flipped in toward it like this, followed by a stone button on the black stained clay blocks on either side of the lever, so you get something that looks just like that. Now, once you guys have that complete, we're actually going to need to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods here. We're going to place down 2 end rods on the sides here, so 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 on this side as well. We then want to go ahead and take a wither skeleton skull, place down 1 like that, to go ahead and kind of, again, do a little bit of detailing on the top here. Now once you have that done, we're going to take our stone half slabs, we're going to place down a row of 3 across, followed by a second row of 3, and then a third row just like this. When we get to this point here, we're actually going to go ahead and take red stained clay blocks, we're going to place down 1 right here in the center, followed by a stone half slab on either side, like so. We then want to take our red stained clay blocks, we're going to place down a row of 3 across, so basically in line with our stone half slabs like that. And then coming from our rows of 3s out to the side, we're going to place down 2 stone half slabs, just like that on either side. Now coming back here to this section, we're going to go ahead and place down another row 3 of red stained clay. And then we're just going to take our stone half slabs and place down a row 3 on the back there, just like that, so you get something that kind of looks like that. Now going ahead and coming to the engines here, it's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to take our stone brick stairs, place down 2 like this over that space back to back. Then coming off the stairs, we're just going to place down 1, 2, and 3 red stained clay blocks, and then 1, 2, and 3 like so. 2 stone buttons on the ends of the row, and that's pretty much good for that. Now coming back over here, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here on this engine. So nothing too fancy. Try not to break stairs like I'm doing. And we're just going to place down 2 rows of 3 like this, and then stone buttons on the end like so to go ahead and form up the engines. And once you guys have that done, that's it for layer 5. And with that, we'll go ahead and move on to our last few layers here. Actually, one last thing we can do for layer 5 is we can actually go ahead and go to the right side, right here on this red stained clay block, place down a nether brick fence post, and that's going to be part of our little satellite thing that's going to be going on the top. But anyways, that's it for layer 5. And with that, we'll go and move into our last layers, layer 6 and 7. Alright, so moving on to layers 6 and 7. For these layers, it's pretty simple stuff. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to this section right here. We're going to go and take some stone brick half slabs, place down a row of 3 across like this, and then go into our center block. We're going to place down a stone brick half slab on either side to kind of create a circular kind of top there. Then we want to go ahead and go to the nether brick fence post we placed in the previous layer. We're going to place down a red stained clay block on top of it, followed by a stone button that comes off of it, and then a nether brick fence post that goes up off that red stained clay block to create something like that. And once you guys have that done, that's pretty much it for the Defender class light Corvette. Very nice, kind of interesting little vehicle, and it's pretty small and relative to the GR79 for sure. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the Defender class light Corvette. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This could be anything from a sign on the build to a link to my channel or this video. If this is appearing on any social media sites, just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for when doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it helps me continue to produce these tutorials. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, a happy birthday to Cruise Knight. And with that, thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gear204, and I'll see you guys next time.